Alrighty, there you go. There it is. Welcome to XtalkLIVE Lunchtime. I am your host, Crash, and the one and the only, meow, ZDK.
Hello, hello, hello.
ZDK in the house.
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Is it the hump day?
It is.
Is it the hump day?
And I am looking forward to the weekend this week. It's been exciting and whirlwind. I can't believe it's only like day 2 into operations of the official Make America Great Again. Usually for this show, I struggle to find stuff I want to talk about every day.
Yeah.
You know, like 5 stories that I want to talk about, 5 posts. Today, yeah, I was super spoiled for choice today.
It's a 15-hour special edition show just to cover all the stuff he's doing today.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree.
Do 24 hours, lunchtime to lunchtime.
Right. Yeah, well, at some point we might have to if the good stuff starts happening.
That would be
nice.
The winning just ain't stopping.
Right.
Yeah, so lots to get to today. Holy crap. I thought yesterday's EOs were huge.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yes. And we're going to, we try and make it a little fun too. Like, I mean, it's all good because everything that we talk about now is winning.
Right.
Winning, so much winning. But, we want to make it fun. We had a serious 4 years of nothing but, like gloom and doom, the new depression era in America. It was awful.
Yeah.
So, we want to lighten it up a bit and enjoy the winning. Enjoy our new place here.
That's almost, I think, a feeling that's foreign to a lot of people right now.
It is, myself included. Yeah. Myself included.
I hadn't noticed.
Yeah. And coming off of the holidays, which, just completely went south, and then getting super sick for 3 weeks after that, I feel like I'm in kind of this dissociated place a bit.
Yeah.
I haven't settled into the new place yet.
Yeah. Well, you'll get there.
Yeah.
I think what it is I think it's so alien to you.
Yeah.
Now, normally you go on social media in the morning and it's nothing but Downsville.
Oh, yeah.
And complete, utter jaw-dropping dumbfoundment.
Yes. Which there still is a great deal of that. No disputing it.
Realizing that they've done something else yet again that you didn't even know they could do. And when you actually research it through the Constitution, et cetera, you find out they can't do, but they apparently have.
Right.
And you're just like, how? Like, what? I think this is a real shock to everybody's system. Because, of course, now you're coming on every day, and now you're seeing all the things that he has been talking about for years, and they're actually moving ahead. They're stepping forward. Right. And like I say, yesterday's show, going through all of those EOs and just kind of trying to calculate the magnitude of what it is they're actually doing, and that, holy crap, they're actually doing it now. And then, of course, now today, day 2 of the new regime. Right. And wow, the hits just keep coming.
We are kicking the butt.
Yeah.
Like big time.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So, as you can see, I'm enjoying all my ads from Pi.
Yeah. There's no ads. So there shouldn't be any ads. I fixed it. Did I not?
Well, no, you did on right now we're looking at camera set scene 2. And that, of course, is the Pet Collective and Pet Collective double shot.
Right. We've got a double shot of Pet Collective right now.
But in order to bring that, technological excellence to you every day, I need to have lots of things going on. And, of course, there are lots of things going on, but there is still pie happening.
And I see the stock ticker still, too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, is the other banner on there or just that one?
What other well, one's broken. Seems like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody was trying to slyly change up my overlays because somebody doesn't like my pixel aesthetic.
No,
I love the pixel aesthetic. Thank you very much.
Really bad.
It's not. It's amazing. And your opinion is a sole opinion.
Okay.
So, and as this is not a democracy, right?
Yeah, apparently not.
No. Right. So, yes. We're keeping the pixel aesthetic until February 1st, in which then we will reveal another for February.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, let's.
Right. The winter thing and the storm is a big deal. Like they got snow in Florida yesterday. And not just a little bit. They got snow like we get up north. It was a lot. So I think the snow aesthetic works. And the coffee shop because it's lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, welcome to Nintendo Lunchtime.
Yes, exactly. Right. I'm feeling it.
All right. Well, we've got no shortage of cats and dogs today. There we go. We'll leave it at that.
Yes.
Ah.
But the one in the little is the one we should use because that won't have ads. Because I fixed that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a note.
And look at how awesome that snowflake transition is. Thank you.
Well, it is kind of special.
Yes.
I'll give it that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Dragging my aesthetic choices.
Oh. Yeah.
All right. So what do we got for story number 1 today?
Yes. Let's get to it. There it is. There he is. Nothing can stop what's coming, apparently. I don't even know why that's there. M24 is mislabeled, it seems. Okay. Well.
M24 is mislabeled.
Yeah, see, there's a whole lot of technical things you don't know about. There it is. That is actually the mislabeled M24. There you go.
All right. Well, I can tell you, I know that's true. Nothing's stopping what's coming, but that's not the first story.
Well, no, and that's not what's there. You're on a delay.
OMG. Okay.
So we got to hold up the show now while you wait.
I'm not even on the show yet because they did that crazy thing. Okay. Here, let me click in on the show. And now I am in the show. And yes, there you go. So we've got, today is Trump and Melania's 20th wedding anniversary. I wanted to start the show on a positive note.
Right.
And it's not an easy thing to achieve. Trust me. We know. Approaching 15 ourselves. It takes work.
What are you talking about? It's easy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think it's amazing that, it just coincided also with this amazing week of him being inaugurated and beginning to make America great again. And I just want to commemorate that and honor that. Happy anniversary to our POTUS and our FLOTUS.
Now, what number is it?
20.
It's their 20th anniversary?
It's their 20th wedding anniversary, yes.
Okay.
So yeah, run that clip. It's so cute. Listen to Melania talk about how.
Very charming, and we had a great sparkle. He came with a date, so he asked me for the number, and I said, I will not give you my number. We met in New York 1996 in September. We met at the fashion party. He was known as kind of a ladies' man, and but we had when we met, I didn't give him my number. He was with a date, so I told him, "Give me your number, and I will call you." I wanted to see what kind of number he would give me: business, home. So he gave me all of them. We met a week later.
We were together 5 years. We literally have never had an argument, or forget about the word fight. We never even had an argument. We just are very compatible. We get along. And I just said, you know what, it's time. And it wasn't a big deal. It was almost like it was obvious.
You know what, it's time?
No, I did it a little better than that, without going into too much detail. But it was time, and we just have a very good relationship.
To be with the man as my husband is, you need to know who you are. You need to have a very independent life as well, and supporting him. You need to be very smart and quick. and be there for him when he needs you.
Were you involved in the decision of your husband to become president?
We discuss a lot, yes, and I encourage him. And I encourage him because I know what he will do and what he can do for America. He loves the American people and he wants to help them. I see the connection with the American people and my husband, and he created a movement. And the crowd and the people that are behind him, it's unbelievable to see. I know people like to speculate, and media like to speculate about our marriage and circulate the gossip. But I'm a mother and a first lady, and I have much more important things to think about and to do.
Is yours a marriage of equals?
I would say yes.
I would say no. No, I think she's far greater than the 50%. No, we have a very, very, pretty much equal relationship.
Yes.
If I'm lucky enough to win, the public will be so lucky to have Melania as the First Lady. She will be so beautiful and elegant and good from the heart. She will be a fabulous First Lady.
So lovely.
And so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear.
All right, they're just dancing now to the end. But yeah, that was so sweet.
Very charming and
very loopy. Yeah, so that's very sweet. I thought it was, and Ruger wants to get in on the act today. Here.
Clean yes, germ no.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, it's just very sweet, and I'm glad.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. Sure.
All right. Can't let the occasion go by unmentioned.
Okay.
It's a big deal.
All right.
Exactly. She is the best first lady ever. I agree.
Oh, yeah. Where were you for the Biden's anniversary?
Oh, God. And then before that, a dude. Like, I think we're due a beautiful first lady.
Oh, hell yeah.
To set the standard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's especially necessary now. We need to get back to, traditionalism, men being men and women being actual feminine women. And,
Be best.
it's like I always say, it's not about being equal and doing 50%. It's about each doing 100% in their own respective way.
Right.
And marriages that work.
Okay, so here we go. All right. Right here, folks, live, rate me.
Rate you?
What percentage am I at today?
Oh, God.
Come on.
Well, after the whole pixel aesthetic debacle, does work count or no? Oh, my gosh.
Well, everything would count, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I mean, you're pretty good.
4?
I have to
4%?
say, he's a good husband. He's a very good husband. He takes excellent care of me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's just a Canadian.
Right. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't have any complaints. Obviously, we're going on 15 years, but you have to each give your 100% in your role, in your way. It's that lack of traditional roles in relationships that screws everybody up.
Right.
Because they're innate and they're natural. And when you do each other's jobs, you think you're helping, but you're really not.
No.
And you're supposed to fill in each other's gaps. Exactly, Mike. You're supposed to do what the other isn't good at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And when we have to get back to that, we really have to kind of start to get back to that. There's nothing wrong with, me doing my job, but I need help because I'm overwhelmed or something happened or whatever, and I ask for help, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to stick to your roles because it's order that makes things work well.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Otherwise, it's just chaos. That's why that whole stay-at-home mom thing, dad thing, when they did the stay-at-home dad thing, that was a complete upheaval, and the kids grow up completely confused.
Can you see Trump as Mr. Mom?
Exactly, Mr. Mom. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Ah.
I mean, and you ask the kids, blah, blah, blah. Well, I turned out fine. Well, what are you going to say?
Right.
But the reality is you didn't, and you're not, because it wasn't how it was supposed to be.
You could be literally at the 17th level of hell and be like, I turned out all right.
Exactly. there's a reason there's two parents in a household, and each are supposed to do their roles because they're the influence for the children in that way.
Right.
And children learn by example. They don't learn from being told or from ABC after school specials, or especially not the educational system.
I don't know. These days, I would say that's not true anymore.
Yeah, well, they don't even have those anymore. But,
No, I'm talking about the young people and their influences.
Oh, what do you mean?
That, whether or not they have the good ones anymore, they certainly have no shortage of bad ones.
Well, all children learn by example.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much set by 10. And that's when the outside influences start to take more precedence than the ones at home.
Mm-hmm.
But until age of 10, certainly before age 5,
Right.
the children that grow up in that kind of traditional environment have a more solid foundation.
Yeah.
So it's just the way it should be, and it's just the way it needs to get back to.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we want to honor traditional marriages.
Well, and the other interesting thing just occurred to me is as we're looking at the Nintendo screen here, on our equal 50-50, 100-100.
It's just snow.
100-100 relationship here. I just have to wonder if all these executive orders are really coming from Melania.
Maybe.
Bring a little Russia back to America.
That's right. I don't have a problem with that. We need it.
Just look at their let's cut to a quick view of downtown Detroit today, and then we'll cut to a downtown view of Moscow and see just what's what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all the same, originating cabal leftists that made Russia and China the enemy.
Right.
It's because they're the only ones that could combat what they were trying to do. So they had to cut them off at the knees.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story. So that was that. What's next?
Well, next on the hit parade is a fine example of a fine woman right here.
Uh-oh.
Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle.
God, this is hysterical.
Sherelle Parker.
You have to listen to this woman. Check this out.
Oh, yeah.
God. Hit the play.
Let it speak for itself.
ELGSES Eagles!
Huh?
Let's go, birds!
Yeah, let's go Elgs.
Huh?
Elgs. ELGS. Let's go Elgs.
What the heck was that? Oh my God. And this is this woman is the mayor of a major American city. That's a crap hole, granted. But she's a DEI hire.
Yeah.
And I tweeted today about this, and I said that to Trump and Elon, because I include them both now.
Right.
That the people that have been placed in office per that DEI should be immediately removed.
Oh, yeah.
And replaced with America First people until such time as new elections can be held and this country's righted itself.
Well, how about I'm not even that stringent. How about people that just function above the shoulders?
Yeah, but I mean, this is a horrific example. This woman is making decisions that affect the lives of the millions of people that live in Philadelphia.
And just puts out a Sesame Street fail.
And it's a Sesame Street fail. And
like Elmo is seriously pissed.
I don't think she put it out. Somebody must have caught it and put it out, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. But really?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we're contending with.
I know.
And they all have to be removed and replaced, every single one of them. And they should be done immediately. I mean, you want to really make heads spin and explode? Remove every single one that was placed by DEI policies with an America First contender until this country's righted itself. Then we can have new elections.
There you go.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, because what's the benefit of leaving these people where they are when they never should have been there in the first place? Right? Somebody's got...
I know. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Like, seriously, if I was an alien from space, I come down.
Right.
I say, take me to your leader. I land for some reason in Chicago.
Oh, God.
And I say, to somebody, take me to your leader. And they take me to this woman.
Well, she's in Philly, but okay.
Well, wherever she is, doesn't matter. Chicago, Philly,
Yeah, they're
same
all the
thing.
same. Yes. Nope. I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, might as well say L.A. That's what I mean. Like all of these people in all these positions, they're literally like
Troglodytes.
Neanderthal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, and what do you figure she is age-wise? 60? 55?
No, yeah. Maybe early 50s.
70?
Yeah. But you never know.
Right?
50s, yeah.
Okay. She grew up with Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Right?
We would hope. Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody is, up on their current Sesame Street, which is fine because it's still the stuff from the 70s, but they drum all those letters into your head. A, B, C, D, E, F.
Right.
Like everybody knows them.
Like who can't spell eagle in the city whose football team is the Eagles, and you live in the country of America, which the eagle is our bird.
5-letter word.
And she's the mayor of Philadelphia. But I wanted to illustrate that serious point of why are we leaving these people in these positions?
Yeah.
When we know they weren't elected based on merit or whatever.
Well, I do know that as of 5 p.m. today, any federal employee across the country who was a DEI hire, this is their last day today. They're not to report to work.
Well,
tomorrow,
for the office of DEI, not in every position in which a DEI hire was placed.
My understanding was it's every federal government individual who was hired under DEI. Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't hear that. That would be a good thing. And if so, then it should extend to political office, such as mayors and governors. And
now
stuff.
that's where it gets sticky, though, right? Because the political, the mayors and those people, they were elected.
Yeah, except we know they weren't. Like
right.
AOC, they were auditioned and cast for the role.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So much so that Vice did the documentary and showed as much.
Right. Yes. We actually watched AOC's audition process.
Showed it for exactly what it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's
but what do you
available.
do about that? The question remains, what do you do about that? What do you, they were elected by their constituents. Well, no, they weren't.
Right.
So what? So we got to go through the multi-years court proceedings to prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Well, this is what I was saying last night, that unprecedented treasons and unprecedented actions against Americans, against the American people.
Yeah.
The usurping of the will of the American people en masse across this country in the last decade calls for unprecedented remedy. And to me, that would mean Trump signing an executive order that all of these office holders that are only there because of DEI are removed.
Yeah.
And replaced with America First candidates until such time as we can assure elections would be free and fair.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But even there's too many, again, I'll say it, there's too many patriots out there that are still bleeding heart, that are so deeply conditioned, they can't bring themselves to agree. And this is the problem. It's like our own worst enemy is ourselves. And we can't break this conditioning and do what's right for this country. So,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is that.
Yes.
Well, and we were talking yesterday, too, about the societal and cultural changes over time. And
right.
Indeed, with this kind of smack you in the face, okay, we're not going left anymore. We're doing a whole 180 and going right now.
Right.
And now into day two and all of the developments today, which we really got to get a move on and get to a lot of them because there's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about how long will that process take for, the people to kind of catch up, clue in,
well, I think that'll come as fast as disclosure comes about what's actually occurred.
This is true, and I think we're well on our way to that because our next story today here, there we go, is the good old WEF news.
Oh, yes.
We got your WEF news. Yeah.
And it is good news for us, actually. I think it is anyway.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, you want to read Liz's tweet there?
Yeah, Liz Churchill. The World Economic Forum lost trust because people know they're unelected villains. It's over for these lunatics. Quote, when we meet today, we also have to face an erosion of trust in our society. We must work together to regain trust, says Herr Schwab.
Yeah, and you can, I think that's a clip, so.
That's a clip. Oh, so it's a clip. Would you like to?
Yes, please.
All righty.
When we meet today, we also have to face an erosion of trust in our society. We all must work together to regain trust in order to progress nationally and internationally. This can only be achieved if we genuinely address the existential fears of so many, the fears of marginalized, the fears of those who are afraid of accelerating environmental degradation, and the fears of those who worry about being left out in the transition to the intelligent age.
Okay, I've got problems with this. And it's not souls, by the way, whoever did the translation, it's those. He's saying fears of those, not of souls.
Right.
Anyway, this statement by him, though, is very, very telling because he's literally saying that we have to capitalize now again on the minorities and on the people that, you know, are activists for climate change and the people that want, you know, progressivism. These are our people, and we have to, you know, make sure to solidify their trust in what we're doing so we can continue our heinous world takeover. Yeah. Essentially. Excuse me. Also in this, there was an image, whereas the auditorium, which you know very well, is normally packed, standing room only at these things. Right. Is completely half empty.
Yeah, I was just scrolled back through the video there too because I didn't see that. I have heard reports that are saying that, but yes, I have not seen that.
Well, it's true. It's somewhere in this feed, in one of the posts above or below this. You should be able to find that image where it's half the room, and it is because even the people that previously supported them, now with Trump being in, they know the wave. They know which way this world is going to be going. Yeah. No, maybe not there. Yeah, they know the way this world is going to be going, and they're abandoning the sinking ship that is the World Economic Forum and globalism, because they understand that the whole goal of this is to get America's sovereignty and then all other Western countries' sovereignty. So, actually, you might, if you write off the post, it could be in the main because you're on her post. Right. So if you go back and then see where that feed is, I think it's above or below there. So just click back one from post.
Yeah, I just did.
Oh, I'm on delay. You know me.
Yes.
I'm on delay. Which is an excellent sign for us. You know, the world knows they can't fight individual sovereignty now.
Well, if that is even the case, like, you know, this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to find this because, you know, is it, you know, factual or is it just more propaganda? I mean,
no, I'll find it 1, 2, 3 for you, and I'll post it on the Discord.
Okay.
Here it is.
Because last year at the 2023 Davos there, of course, that was where those superstar journalists from Rebel News pretty much spent 30 minutes just hammering Greta Thunberg.
Oh, God.
Just hammering her, like so much so, like they're out walking around the streets out in front of the hotel. She was just getting hammered by these two so badly.
Right.
With the rest of the world media following along, this huge group. They're walking through the snowy streets of the beautiful town of Davos, and they're just hammering her. And she gets lost. She's actually wandering around the entire town.
I remember that.
She gets lost.
Yeah.
They're just like, what about this? What about that? You're an idiot. Do you know that? Right? Like it was unrelenting. Well, it's funny because at that very same Davos last year, This is when that group, and I can't remember the name of the activist group, but they're, of course, part of the it's totally ironic. They're part of the WEF's long list of environmental groups. They were actually taking Leonardo DiCaprio to task over his yacht.
All right.
And the ridiculous fuel bill that thing goes through in a year.
Yes.
And so, it's pretty funny when, you're actually paying money to go to the WEF to be front row center, which he was. His tickets are right down the front. He was close enough to poke Klaus Schwab in the tummy.
Okay. I posted that for you, and underneath is really interesting. It's another quick clip, but very, very telling also. So all of this stuff is heartening. Yes.
All right. Well, let's get to it here. What do we got here?
So the first one is the image you were looking for.
So please raise your hands if you have any question or any comment to be made. And don't be shy.
All you half-empty auditorium people.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
0.
Looks pretty full there.
I
No, it's
don't
not.
see.
You missed the image above it.
People are too shy here.
Pretty awesome.
You will ask no questions.
Yep. Scroll up one. There's what you were looking for.
Okay.
Alex Armstrong's.
No.
Scroll up one on your Discord.
Yeah,
I posted that one first and then the clip. Yep. You got it.
Oh, well, that's always good to do. Yeah. Annual meeting 2025, and 3 rows are empty back here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's finished. A half an empty room while the German chancellor's talking. They're so toxic and exposed that nobody's even showing up anymore. The WEF will be nothing and we will all be happy.
Well, see, and we were having this conversation before the show today, and we kind of brought up an interesting point about it, because I was saying, okay, well, if the place is half empty, that means the elites aren't going. It doesn't mean that, the people of planet Earth, we don't even get lottery tickets to go to Davos every year. It's closed off. It's sequestered. It's very specific in who's invited and who's not. And for this to be half empty, that is very telling, because that tells me that it's not just,
okay,
Bob from Germany who didn't go.
Here's the thing. No. Davos attendees include leaders from business, government, civil society, faith groups, academia, and the arts, as well as the global media. So those are the people that are generally in attendance at Davos.
Okay.
Right. So, yeah. And Trump is supposed to address via live video link as well, which I didn't know.
Well, he's been there before.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm aware. Well, as he should be, because, this is... we're the biggest in the world, so we should absolutely get a seat at that table, don't you think?
No, because then you're letting credibility.
Yeah, except for Trump doesn't do that. He goes in there and he tells them what's what. And he has to, because they're the ones imposing all of these fines and financial, contributions that they demand must be made, especially when it comes to climate change and things of that nature.
Right.
So Trump goes in there and says, well, you're not getting a penny from us. And why is this country paying $30 million and we're paying $500 trillion to you every year? You know, that kind of thing. So it's important that he does have a say there.
Yeah.
I think they shouldn't exist, period. But I mean, like whoever, the World Economic Forum, every individual country has its own economy and should be self-regulated. When did we become this global economic pot? It's
a good question.
Yeah, exactly. And I think these are all things that need to be addressed and remedied also.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? Because we got 20 minutes.
Well, it's from your good buddy and not mine, Charlie Kirk.
Okay.
Yeah. Bishop Marian Edgar Budd.
Is that really her name?
M-E-B. Yeah, Marian Edgar
Marianne Edgar Budd.
No, there's no E. Nice try. Go back to Sesame Street.
It's Marianne Edgar Budd.
Okay, whatever
the
you
Bishop
say.
of the Episcopal Diocese of Washington.
She's always going to be Marion to me now.
Okay.
Anyway, Marion Budd there is the Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Washington. She's the first woman to hold the position.
Shocker.
And she was given a great honor today, a chance to unify in America around a Christian message at the dawn of a new administration. Instead, she disgraced herself with a lecture you'd hear on CNN or an episode of The View. What an embarrassment.
Yes. This was atrocious and mind-blowing to me when I heard it yesterday on Kira's show, when we were guesting on Kira's space.
Oh, is that one? Okay.
Yes.
All right, well, here we go.
Yep.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives.
They should have cut her off right there.
And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens.
Then they shouldn't be working.
Or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals.
Do you see Melania's
They pay
face?
taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques.
What?
Synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away.
They should be.
And that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land.
Okay. Wow.
May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being.
No.
To speak the truth to one another in love and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people in this nation and the world. Amen.
Yeah. Amen. Okay.
Wow.
She should have been cut off the minute she said that about the children. that she should have been cut off. And the fact that they let her ramble on, and kudos to them all sitting there. Usha's face is hysterical. Melania's face, like if looks could kill, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Whoever was running the whole
when
thing.
have you ever heard a Roman Catholic anything?
Well, she's Episcopalian.
I don't even know what the hell that is, but I'm pretty sure they've never been shilling for muzzies and mosques before.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Or the other things.
What's that about?
Exactly. Well, because she is a radical liberal before she is a religious figure.
Mm-hmm.
And
her partner asked her to.
Exactly. And she's a DEI hire, is what she is. And first of all, we need to make the patriarchy great again. And I've said this before. I've been saying this the whole time. You know, we women have achieved, and because of those constraints, they've given us the impetus and the strength and the creativity and the intellect to operate within those boundaries that we were given and excel. Not to mention, our greatest strength is the support that we give those people in power too.
Yeah.
We have unique opportunities to affect change and affect, the way things occur, given our particular skills as women, right?
Yeah.
And those things have kind of gotten lost. And now it's just like we're all individual NPCs, and we're all operating at the same gray level. And I think that's a great reason why all of this was kind of allowed to occur and has gotten so far. This is just the epitome of wrong, like in every possible, not to mention, this is the service for the inauguration. And this is the national church or whatever, the national, and they filed, this is a good point somebody else brought up, they filed, their tax exempt status because they're religion. But the minute you bring politics into it, they should lose that status now.
100%.
And she should not be in those robes anymore after this. Like, period. Full on.
Yeah.
They couldn't have picked a worse person. It's literally like bringing the enemy. It's just like how incredulous I was when I saw, Bush and Clinton's and Obama and stuff at the inauguration.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you have your enemies at your inauguration except to rub their faces in it? But it's not even worth it. It put a damper on it for all of us who were happy and celebrating that we had to see these scumbags.
Well, and it's my understanding, too, that, the inauguration is for the incoming president. It's not a ceremony to bid farewell to the lefty cocksuckers.
No, exactly.
Right?
Right.
So, and the whole thing, like weeks before the inauguration, all over social media, it was all like, oh, well, Cher is not going to be at the inauguration.
Of course
Lady
not.
Gaga is not going to be. Oh, Madonna's not going. So?
Right.
Right, but we had to endure it for weeks, post after post, and then ridiculous post about, oh, my God, guess Beyonce is not going to be there. Right? Like,
yeah.
So what?
Yeah. Right.
Let's get with the President Trump party there, because that's the President Trump party.
Right.
Who's going to be there?
Exactly.
What can we look forward to? Because we're not looking forward to not seeing you losers.
Right.
Right?
No, absolutely.
Well, actually, I am kind of looking forward to not seeing those losers, but
I am, especially.
You know what I mean?
I do. Mm-hmm. I do. And it's just atrocious, and it's disgusting and despicable that they had to endure that.
Yeah.
They had to endure a rant from a lefty woman bishop, which isn't, atrocious to me. It's just atrocious to me.
I've played chess a lot, and every single time I've picked up a bishop, and
it's a guy.
Looked under its little thing there. It's got a little donkey.
Yeah,
it's.
I mean, those other religions. I mean, they're even talking about it in Catholicism now, having women priests.
Well, I thought they already had women cardinals.
I thought they might have. I haven't paid attention because I'm completely anti-religious.
I'm pretty sure you could go to Rome right now, walk into the Vatican, and somewhere in your eye shot, you're going to be able to see a female cardinal.
Well, see, that's wrong. It's 100%, 1,000% wrong. And when you start deviating from those kind of traditions, there's nothing left to hold anything together.
No.
And that's it. There's a reason for tradition and ritual and on all of this stuff that's kept civilization together for as long as it has.
Right.
And these are the things that the globalists want to pick apart. They're pulling at these threads, and they know it will eventually fall apart because it will. And we can't allow it. So that means making the patriarchy great again. Sorry, just what it is. Deal with it. Yeah, that's right.
Well, agreed. And now on to more winning.
Yeah, okay, good. I like winning.
Gun owners of America.
Yes, this was a surprise and a happy surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, well, breaking from @GunOwners, the official Gun Owners of America X account, anti-gun groups are furious that their unconstitutional White House Office of Gun Control has been deleted today.
Bye-bye.
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 It's gone. Now, I just got to say now, because I'm into guns. I've been into guns and shooting and
we are
clinking and killing and more killing.
All that good stuff. Yeah.
Well, again, that was their fault too. My lust for killing Muslims in the desert has grown exponentially in the last 20 years, and it's their fault. So, but aside from all that, Mr. Gun over here, I didn't even know
there was one. Yeah,
that America had an Office of Gun Control.
Right.
Who came up with that, and when did that happen?
Who do you think?
Well, who?
The Bidens, because they that was a huge part of their agenda, was why all the school shootings and all the mass shootings and all that stuff. They had to try and rile the people to take our guns.
So they actually opened an Office of Gun Control in the United States.
Yes.
And we let them.
In the White House. They did it in the White House. Yes.
Holy crap.
Yes. But they're gone now. 404 error. Yes.
That's just, well, and really, that when you think about that, because I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm sure there's a bunch of gun guys all over the country going, what?
Yeah. Right.
You have to wonder how successful will Trump and Musk be at eradicating everything when, I mean, that's a fine example of something I never knew even existed, yet there it is.
Right.
And we're shutting it down. Good on them for catching it. But with all the black funding and all the other stuff that's been going on in the last 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, can we really root it all out? You know? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's not even recorded anywhere, but yet billions of dollars go to, and it's just on.
Well, the good news is we don't have to root it all out. We have to root out the major stuff.
Yeah.
And then the smaller stuff will just wither and die without the support of the major stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's good.
Yeah.
And we have to put measures in place absolutely prohibiting, upon pain of death, the recurrence of any of this detrimental stuff.
Right.
And that's exactly what we need to do. Yeah.
Damn.
On another note, Trump has done another executive order that foreign students that are here on student visas studying at our universities, that protest and support Hamas can be deported now.
You know, it's funny because, you know, I hear that and I've certainly bear witness to what's been going on at our universities in the last 4 years for sure. But, you know, right off the top, I know there's going to be, you know, America First supposed supporters who are going to be like, well, no, they have a right to education and clean water. And I mean, it's there. It's inevitable. You know, it's there. Mm-hmm. I'll believe. It's kind of a thing where I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, you know, when the news stories come out that, you know.
Well, he passed the executive order, and now I told you what was happening at the University of Washington, where a girl was set to speak at Turning Point, and Pantifa had barricaded her in a room. The fire alarm was set off. They're banging at the door trying to get at her. They had her self-barricading in a room.
Right.
And the two security cops are standing there, not doing anything.
No.
And so this will be a great litmus to see if, you know, any of them qualify for that and actually have action taken.
Well, and that brings me back to what we talked about yesterday, too, with the J6ers. They're all supposed to be released yesterday at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
And they weren't. And there was yesterday at this time, there was a growing outcry from family and friends and supporters of all the J6 incarcerated.
Right.
And just near the end of the show, we learned that U.S. Marshals are being called in to actually, you know, excavate them from the prisons, apparently.
Yes.
But you gotta ask the question too. Kind of not so much about the DEI hires, but, you know, these are correctional officers. I don't know what that technically means in the grand scheme of things, but I do know that they are at some point in the list below a presidential executive order.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah.
So
Maybe not by much, but yeah.
I was really confused yesterday as to, what you don't have the right paperwork. Well, what?
Yeah, that's an excuse.
What
That's
is
a load
the
of
right
crap.
paperwork? We've got the executive order. It's been on, international global television. I mean, what more do you need?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. And on another note, Ross Ulbricht was released. He was pardoned and released, I hear.
Okay, good. Yeah.
And drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Do we have one? We had one, did we not?
No, but I'll give you a. There you go.
Okay. Good enough. Derek Chauvin. Everybody is pushing now. Everyone is pushing and saying that Trump needs to pardon and have him released too, because he is absolutely a political prisoner that was a pawn of that whole BLM movement starting. So that would be amazing. Could you imagine if they pardoned Derek Chauvin and then all the scumbags, Pantifa and BLM riot and everything, and we just round them up and exile them all? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Well, that would be, but
that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. Again, this is part of the problem. Part of the problem is, well, they're American citizens and they get due process. And, it's a free country, so they're free to believe what they want and say what they want. No.
Right.
No. They're part of a grand conspiracy to usurp the will of the people of this country, do damage, and try to kill us. So they don't get any of that. They don't get any of that benefit. They get rounded up and they get shipped off this dirt that they apparently hate so much anyway.
Right.
So no great loss. They can't cry now. They can't suck up now and apologize now. And you can't tell me that if they weren't given a chance, if they thought for a second they were still protected by the Biden administration and this treasonous administration of theirs, that they wouldn't still be burning stuff down.
Sure.
Because they would. So absolutely not. And it's only until things get more severe that kind of behavior becomes untenable to these people that it stops. And these more people than me have to start saying these things and have to start demanding this stuff.
I was gonna say on last night's show there with Kira and Malta and talking about Ireland and Europe, it was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong. I didn't get a word in the whole show.
No.
Well,
I was going off.
Adolf Hitler over here.
Yes, that was me. I was already riled from the noon show.
Well, Kira actually messaged me after the show and she said, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Oh yeah, no, I'm just the what did I say I was? I was the senator's aide."
Yes, that's what you said.
Yeah,
Senator Kittler.
So yeah. I think you should run for Senate.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take him down. Well,
I would, but I have this thing. I can't be diplomatic.
At least, please God, teach Fetterman how to dress.
Oh, that was atrocious too. That was just another atrocity.
Yeah.
Like, who does that? Even a child would know it's an event to dress decently for. He wears shorts and a hoodie to the presidential inauguration.
And I'm pretty sure that wasn't day one for those clothes.
How disrespectful.
Well,
Like,
I think that was the point. Yeah, for those of you who missed it, there was some shots circulating of Senator John Fetterman attending the inauguration, literally sitting there in the same hoodie and sweatpants shorts.
Yeah, cargo shorts.
That
Yeah.
they were not.
Oh, were they
shorts.
basketball shorts?
They were sweatpants cut off at the knee. He wears them all the time.
I thought they were basketball
It's
shorts.
what he wears on his podcast up in his attic.
He has a podcast?
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
God, help us.
Yes, he does. Well, and he literally looked like he was, just got out of his podcast
Right.
and went on over.
Wow. He probably did.
And exactly that is nothing but a lack of respect statement.
It is 100%. I
don't care who you are.
And the woman, there was a woman too that was just disgraceful. She had on a bra and
that's Jeff Bezos' girlfriend.
Yeah, absolutely disgraceful. He had nothing but filler in her face, duck lips. Yeah, it was just atrocious.
Yeah.
It's another thing.
Well, I mean, you look like you look. And if you go out and you mutilate yourself with plastic surgery, that's the way you look. So
yeah, fine, but it wasn't a stripper show. It was a presidential inauguration.
Well, no, right.
And you don't wear your bra over your clothes.
Well, okay.
It was just ridiculous.
I don't know anything.
There's always a couple at events like that.
Really? Because I wouldn't, if I was security, I wouldn't let them in.
Yeah, well, you have to if they're somebody like Bezos' girlfriend, I guess. But it's just atrocious. And they just have no,
couth.
Yes, thank you. That's the perfect word.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Wow.
All right. Well, I think we have a great animal companion compilation of FAFO for you today.
Oh, no, really?
Yes. Full-on animal FAFO.
The animal FAFO. There she is. There's the animal.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you again for coming and watching and listening to us at this great lunchtime. Time to go work out and do the rest of the day. But we will see you here same time tomorrow. And whenever Crash is ready to roll, love you more than catnip.
It appears to be a selfie video. This person will more than likely put it in boomerang mode, switch it back and forth, show their face with the shitty life quote. But instead she gets a selfie headbutt right to the dome, and she is out. You can tell this goat wasn't feeling the selfie. He said, "You're photobombing me, you're photobombing my life. So why don't you take a taste of this headbutt?" And you can see her neck snap back like a human Pez dispenser.
After years of intense training, it has all come down to this. This man versus the cat who's zigzagging around trying to taunt his opponent, leaving his opponent in the dust. And because the cat identifies as human, he'll end up going home with the gold.
But it looks like we have a party crasher here looking to get some appetizers of his own. And you can see Bambi over there enjoying her salad, and booyah, my God, takes an uppercut and literally knees buckle like a newborn deer. Well, when you start going around and poking the cat, guess what's going to happen? You're going to unleash the beast. And I mean it when I say the beast.
It looks like Johnny is trying to gorge down on this jawbreaker, what also could be turtle sashimi, but Raphael says not today, and Johnny's like, what a crock of shit, and you can see he's running for his life as fast as he can, trying to get away from the jaws of death.
Carl watching too many episodes of American Pickers and doing a little dumpster diving, but it looks like somebody else is doing some dumpster diving of their own.
Tonight, all words aside, the bad blood is all boiled down to this. Hearts, titles, and honor being thrown on the line and inviting them and taunting them to come into the ring. He's like, kiss my ass. Come on in here. I'm laying on the ground. I'm ready for you, big boy. And now ending up in the north-south position. Kind of weird, but they are continuing to battle here, and it appears he's about to give up because it's dinner time.
Welcome to another episode of Savage Cats. Contestant number 1 leaving his kiddo in the dust.
Honey Badger comes in with the egg roll shot, barely misses, almost Thanos, and turned his future generation of kids into dust particles.
Ah yes, the joy of feeding wildlife. As wildlife continues to come back and ask for more Scooby snacks. As he tosses this in the air, nice catch. He is going to go all the way with no gratitude whatsoever. See you tomorrow. And of course, this horse, 0 F's are given when it comes to feeding time, and if you happen to be on his back, well, booyah! Get ready for an involuntary baptism in that dirty water. Just remember when it's feeding time, stay the hell out of the